Enough already! Jeez. Now I ask you, would Martha Stewart dress up like that for you? No. I don't think so. All right. Pip, pip, everyone. I am Christopher Lowell, and today, if you haven't figured it out by now, we are visiting the English style in all its diversity. So, what do you like about the English style?
The history and the elegance.
It's part of it, isn't it? Yep. How about you, Pam?
Romance.
Romance, Pam loves romance.
Romance.
Well, I have got so much to show you today. Here, you can have this, Pam. Thank you. As we delve into the many influences that make up the English style, we'll tour a home decorated in the historic Regency period, which is really quite fabulous. And then from formal to casual, I'll take all of that diversity that we've learned and incorporate it into my eclectic English room makeover. And I had a ball doing it, so I think you're going to like it. Topping it off with the finishing touch of flowers. Ooh, yes. Now, that's an English obsession, you betcha. And the ultimate accessory to any interior. So let's get busy. Now, my first guest is an architectural and interior designer who just so happens to specialize in the English style. Please welcome Gail Claridge. Hi, Gail. How are you?
Hi, Christopher.
Oh, everything is so poetic in this little niche.
So English.
So this is absolutely beautiful.
Well, thank you, thank you. I had a beautiful English home, and I lived in Northridge, and I was right in the middle of the Northridge earthquake.
Right here in California.
Right, and I had a 15-year collection of English chintz that I had just spent years hunting for these pieces, and the entire hutch and all the pieces broke in the earthquake.
Oh, my
word. And
on
top of losing everything else, it was just heartbreaking to lose that, and I decided I'm going to remake that chintz. And I took my daughter and I went to England and I got my PhD in chintz.
Really?
And
that's fabulous.
I toured all the old English factories and I ultimately came up with Wedgwood, and Wedgwood is making this beautiful chintz for me in two patterns, Summertime and Welbeck. And it's the first recreations of chintz in 100 years.
Isn't that and it's beautiful.
And it's lead-free.
Oh, that's good, so it's environmentally safe.
Yes, yes, and dishwasher proof.
Now, that is one misconception right there. A lot of us, when we think of chintz, we think of the fabric only.
Correct. Well, originally it was the fabric, and years ago, at the turn of the century, a man by the name of Grimwade copied the pattern on a lady's dress and decided to put it on dishes because in the English countryside it's so dark and rainy and gloomy, and he thought it would bring a ray of sunshine. So that's what he did. He recreated these patterns on dishes, and they became very famous at that point in time, and then they were long forgotten.
And they really do. I mean, just this little spot just makes this whole area feel very English. It's very cheery.
Oh, thank you.
Now, you've been actually doing this for people's homes as well, haven't you?
Well, I've been an interior designer for 23 years, and so my background of interior design came into play when I designed this line of dishes because I realized that I was never able to find a fabric that coordinated with my chintz dishes. So I thought, I'll just make some. So it sounds easy, but it's taken me 3 years to put this together, a lot of hard work, and I have a company here in the United States that's making the fabric to match the dishes.
Wow.
Placemats, napkins, valances, ready-made line.
Lovely.
And I'm on my way.
Well, let's take a look at some of the wonderful interiors that you've designed.
Thank you.
Now, you know, when I first saw these pictures, all of these look like they were built, you know, at the time of the English period, but these are all, everything you've done here is all recreated by you.
Well, I had the opportunity to go to England and fell in love with the English countryside and decided I would come back and build an English home.
Terrific.
And I worked very hard to recreate for myself and for my clients the look of 200 years ago.
Well, it looks wonderful. Now, what are we looking at here?
This is a part of a great room in a large kitchen. My philosophy is not to do a formal dining room and a kitchen eating area and a kitchen because everybody's in your kitchen anyway.
Absolutely.
So I do a great big great room, and I used a library cabinet for the dishes. Yes.
Okay.
And figured we can put the Tupperware underneath and all the pretty things out, and we can see them. And the countertop is a center slice of a pine tree. It came from Maine, and it's quite durable.
Absolutely lovely.
And so the use of flowers and dishes and heavy wood and dark, rich woods is all part of that country English look. There's kind of a country English manor house look, which is more roomy, a little bit more elegant, and then the more cottagey look.
Okay, so we've got two influences. Yes. All right, let's take a look at the next picture.
This is more of a cottage fireplace. If you'll remember back, we didn't have lighting and we didn't have kitchens. the fireplace was the kitchen.
Interesting.
And they had to cook with
Look
the
how
fire.
huge this thing
So we
is.
made a big, this is a brand new fireplace. We just made it to
Isn't
look
that
like...
amazing? It looks like it's been there from the very beginning.
Of course, the city doesn't think it falls under column A or B in the code book, but they worked with us.
Did they?
So you have to make sure that you, if you build a walk-in fireplace, that you do it to code.
A walk-in fireplace.
A walk-in fireplace, yes.
So you can sort of get in, it's like walking into the kitchen.
Yes, you can walk right into that. It's got a bread oven on the side.
Please keep your sleeves off the fire.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, let's take a look at the next one. Oh, this is handsome.
This is an Old English pub, and a lot of things that are recreated in the English style, a lot of it is feeling, and a lot of it is sound. The ticking of a clock, the running water. This is stained glass windows,
Here.
antique light fixture.
Here.
Needlepoint pillows.
There.
Silver tea set.
Okay, okay. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, what a lovely little niche.
Well, this is, you know, England's houses have lots of little nooks and crannies, and this is a little nook and cranny in a house that had a sitting room off a master bedroom, and the use of chintz fabric on this chaise lounge with quilted chintz.
Pretty.
You know, people forget about quilting. It's so wonderful. It makes it feel so soft.
And very comfortable as well,
Of course,
right?
of course.
Gail, you're a delight. Thank you so much for sharing your English passion with us.
Yes.
Best of luck on your line. Ladies and gentlemen, Gail Claridge. All right, we'll be right back, and don't touch the telly.